All right, in this video, we are going to evaluate these limit questions over here. And these three questions that I'm going to do today are going to all use substitution. Now, the method to tell that it's a substitution question is when you have exponents that are like not 1 over 2. So if you had an exponent that's anything other than 1 over 2, because if you had an exponent of 1 over 2, you could just rationalize and find the limit using rationalizing. But if you have any different limit that's not 1 over 2, you have to use substitution. Now, first step of any limit question is to just sub in the limit into the question. If I sub in 1 into this equation, I'll just get 0 over 0, which is an indeterminate case. And this is going to be the same concept for all three questions. So that means we have to solve this in a different way to evaluate the limit. I'm going to do substitution over here. Whenever you're doing substitution for a limit, you always want to pick u as the smallest exponent of x. So u is just going to be x to the power of 1 over 6. And then what we want to do is we want to take in our x value, our limit over here, and sub it in this equation to find our limit for u. So u equals 1 to the power of 1 over 6, which is just 1. So I can replace this limit over here with lim u approaches 1. And then I know that x to the power of 1 over 6 can be replaced with u. And then I want to replace this x to the power of 1 over 3. But I don't know what that is in terms of u just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate the x from this equation here. We always have to do this with substitution. So if I isolate the x over here and I move the exponent to the other side, it just becomes u to the power of 6 equals x. So I'm going to replace this x over here with u to the power of 6, and then that's the power of 1 over 3 minus 1. Now I just have to evaluate this limit for u, and it'll give me the right solution to this question. So first things first, I'll just simplify the denominator over here. So 6 times 1 over 3 is just u to the power of 2 minus 1. And then I can factor this bottom over here by difference of squares. So I just have u minus 1 over u plus 1 times u minus 1. You can cancel out these next. And then I'm just left with 1 over u plus 1. And once you do the cancellation, that's when you know that you can substitute in the limit. So if I sub in the limit of 1 into this equation, I'll get 1 over 1 plus 1, which is just 1 over 2. And that's the solution to this first question over here. Let's try the second question over here. This one is given with square roots. So anytime I have square roots, the first thing I'll actually do is I'll convert to exponents. So I'll make that x to the power of half minus 2 divided by x to the power of 3 over 2 minus 8. Again, I got to do substitution here because I have 3 over 2, which means that I can't rationalize that. So I always pick u as my smallest exponent, which is x to the power of 1 over 2. And then I sub in my x limit into this. So 4 to the power of 1 over 2, which is just 2. So now I can start my substitution. Lim u approaches 2. X to the half can be replaced with u. So u minus 2. And then x to 3 over 2. Let me isolate x over here. So it's just u square equals x, and let me sub that in over here for my x. So u square 3 over 2 minus 8. And then I have lim u approaches 2, u minus 2 over 2 times 3 over 2 is just u cubed. Then I can factor the denominator using difference of cubes. I'm not going to explain that in this video, but you can check out some difference of cubes videos on my channel if you don't know how to do that. It's just u minus 2 times u squared plus 2u plus 4. And I can simplify this by canceling it out. So now I'm just left with 1 over u squared plus 2u plus 4. And then finally, I can just sub in my limit. So 1 over 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 4, which is just 1 over 12. And that would be my solution to this second question over here. So the third and final question of this video. Slightly more difficult one, but pretty similar idea here. So in this one, they give us a bracket with x plus 8 to the power of 1 over 3. So my smallest exponent is 1 over 3. So I'm just going to make u equal to x plus 8 to the power of 1 over 3. Sub in my limit of 0. So that's just 8 to the power of 1 over 3, which is 2. So lim u approaches 2. I can replace that whole thing over there with a u minus 2. And then I'm going to isolate x in this equation over here, so I can substitute it at the bottom. So first things first is I'll move the 1/3 to the other side, so I'll get u cubed equals x plus 8, and then I'll subtract 8, so u cubed minus 8 equals x. So here I just have u cubed minus 8, and again, this is a difference of cubes. I think it was the exact same as the previous question. So yeah, it was. I'll just do this pretty quick. Cancel that. Basically going to give us the exact same answer as the last question. And then sub in my limit 1 over 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 4, which is just 1 over 12, exact same answer as the previous question. If you made it to the end of this video and you found this content helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.